Our body has a superpower. It has a secret that hasn't really been tapped by science or academia as a result of the barrier of the two-dimensional models and constructs that we've been indoctrinated into for centuries, if not thousands of years. And what I mean is that our body is seen as three-dimensional through a two-dimensional paradigm, through a two-dimensional landscape. So it's just projected into three dimensions from two dimensions. What happens as a result of that is that there's a loss of an entire dimension. You could call it our third dimension, and that is our depth, our span, and our volume, something that is not included in two dimensions. Two dimensions is flat, and it is not inclusive of depth or volume. And so as a result, we are operating at a huge deficit in terms of our understanding simply of how our physical three-dimensional body actually works. There is a principle of throughness that works in our body, which is how our fascia is organized and how it orients. It orients through. And this concept of throughness is very difficult to explain because we're used to things connecting in points, in intersections. And that simply isn't how the body works at all. It is a continuum of holistic throughness, a totality of holistic throughness. This means that there is no singular point of intersection. Rather, there is only throughness happening at all times, simultaneously and on a continuum. And the best way that we can point to this in our three-dimensional world is through fourth-dimensional flow. For example, if you look at a Klein bottle or a Mobius transformation. So of course in three dimensions, we don't have the capacity to perceive with our eyes into the fourth dimension. However, we do have the capacity to feel through the fourth dimension. And that feeling is the feeling of throughness as it moves through our body. The fascia moves in throughness. It moves in a fourth dimensional energy flow. And we can literally feel this throughness through our bodies. And that is what the Tao of Equipoise is pointing to. That is what this message is about, bringing quantum perspective into our embodied physicality, moving us beyond this two-dimensional, mechanized, highly reduced, flatland Cartesian model of our body, and moving us into our holistic globality, our totality, and the way that we move, which is through the fascia. And when I say that, I mean in a way that we can't see, but only perceive through our physical bodies. And as a result, what happens when we move through this fourth dimensional energy flow, this throughness, is that we return our physical body to its original template of regeneration. And so our body becomes a catalyst and a generator of free energy. It returns to 0 point as we move through the Planck threshold between matter and antimatter. And when we do this, we are constantly, always on a continuum, regenerating our energy field, which then, of course, arises or appears to arise as material form. Your true nature awaits you. Peace.